Has the national media completely lost its mind, or is our front office about to pull off the biggest heist in NFL history? Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves, because the rumors swirling behind the scenes are about to blow every Raiders fan's mind. Are we seriously on the verge of burning future draft capital to bring one of the most astronomical contracts in the league to our offense? And in the middle of this whirlwind, who is actually taking the snaps as our starting quarterback in Week 1, while young depth pieces are already getting cut before training camp even starts? The pressure cooker in Las Vegas is about to boil over. The front office is playing high-stakes chess, and the fan base is completely split. Buckle up and hit that like button, because what I'm about to tell you changes everything for the Raiders. A massive bombshell just dropped out of the national media that's keeping Raider Nation up at night. CBS Sports analyst Garrett Podell just projected a scenario where the Raiders are the #1 destination for none other than Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota Vikings' $140 million superstar wideout. The plan? Send a first-round pick and a third-round pick to Minnesota to seal the deal. The core argument is that the quarterback situation over there, with a battle between J.J. McCarthy and an unstable Kyler Murray, is going to implode, forcing Jefferson to demand a trade. Now, let's keep it real and look at this objectively. Is the guy a generational talent? Absolutely. 579 catches, over 8,800 yards, and 42 touchdowns in his career. The man runs routes like an artist, but talking about taking on that astronomical contract right now is honestly just sugarcoating an impatience that doesn't fit our current rebuild. The salary cap would be severely strangled. On paper, the idea of lining up Justin Jefferson alongside Brock Bowers to give our quarterback of the future, Fernando Mendoza, a legendary arsenal, sounds like a Madden franchise dream. But the actual cost destroys the exact foundation we are trying to build. The article itself mentions that right now in 2026, the Raiders need to focus on developing their young talent and protecting their draft capital. The most pessimistic side of the media is even suggesting the absolute absurdity that we should consider trading Max Crosby during the season to stack up assets. Are you kidding me? Touching Max Crosby is an absolute sin. The truth is, this Jefferson speculation only makes sense long-term if Mendoza establishes himself as a franchise star and the team is just one piece away from a Super Bowl run. Making a desperate move like this right now would be rushing the process. We need roster depth, a dominant offensive line, and patience, not a splashy media move that will cripple our cap space for half a decade before we're even ready to win. If you thought the shock stopped there, hold on to your seats for this one, coming straight from the free agency rumor mill. Bleacher Report insider Mo Moton named the Raiders as the perfect fit for veteran running back Antonio Gibson. Our ground game took a massive hit last year, as everybody knows. Our offensive line was one of the worst in the NFL, and the play calling was an absolute atrocity, which ultimately derailed Ashton Genty's rookie season. He didn't have the explosive impact we expected because of that structural chaos. But his talent remains undeniable. Now, management brought in head coach Clint Kubiak to run the offense, a guy who loves to pound the rock and just orchestrated one of the best rushing schemes in the league, on top of signing center Tyler Linderbaum to open up lanes up front. Genty is primed for a breakout year, and fourth-round pick Mike Washington Jr. has immense potential. But here is the major red flag. Our running back room is incredibly young. None of them have more than 2 years of NFL experience. That is exactly why Antonio Gibson's name is surfacing as a heavy insurance policy. He put up modest numbers last season, finishing with just over 100 scrimmage yards and 2 fumbles, which is going to drive his price tag down on the open market. But don't forget that Gibson played wide receiver in college at Memphis before transitioning to running back. He has nearly 5,000 scrimmage yards and 31 touchdowns on his resume. He would be that hybrid veteran element, perfect for catching passes out of the backfield on third downs, taking the pressure off our young guys. If the front office can lock him up on a short, cheap, low-risk deal, it's a smart move. Bringing in a versatile veteran to stabilize Kubiak's game plan makes all the sense in the world to ensure Janty doesn't get overworked while he develops. Now, let's put our radar on and look at a roster move that most fans are letting fly under the radar, but reveals exactly how the front office views the immediate future of this franchise. The Athletics' Sam Warren dropped his first 53-man roster projection and stated that undrafted rookie quarterback Jacob Clark will be cut before the regular season kicks off. Clark's ceiling was always a depth piece or a practice squad spot at best, so his release itself surprises no one. The real backstage debate that's catching fire is what we do with Aidan O'Connell. O'Connell looked great in OTAs and has 17 games of starting experience in this league. He proved he can be a highly dependable backup with real trade value. The report notes that the Raiders are keeping the door wide open to trade O'Connell if a desperate team offers valuable draft assets before roster cutdown day. However, the front office's plan is to shield our future. The absolute priority for the team this year is to develop rookie Fernando Mendoza without throwing him into the fire. The coaching staff wants to take things incredibly slow with him. The cold, hard reality for Week 1 is this. Kirk Cousins is the absolute favorite to start. Cousins has a fully guaranteed contract for this season and has worked with Clint Kubiak in the past, knowing the system inside and out. Mendoza is still dealing with the natural growing pains of a rookie quarterback and would have to absolutely torch Cousins in training camp to win the job outright. Since the Raiders want to compete but won't rush the rookie, keeping O'Connell on the roster serves as a vital safety net. If Cousins gets hurt or struggles, O'Connell takes the reins, keeping management from being forced to throw Mendoza to the wolves before he's ready. It's a tactical preservation strategy that shows this franchise finally has a clear development plan. To sum it up, we are looking at a massive rumor involving trading away our draft future for Justin Jefferson. The very real possibility of adding Antonio Gibson's veteran presence to protect our rookie running backs in Kubiak's system, and a clear pecking order at quarterback, with Kirk Cousins leading the way, O'Connell as the shield, and the long-term plan focused entirely on Fernando Mendoza. Management is trying to balance the desire to win now with the necessity of rebuilding the team's foundation. With this blueprint in front of us, would you rather burn a first-round pick on Justin Jefferson or build the roster with targeted free agents? Whatever it takes. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.